Hi everyone, TaffyRue here, and I am back with a new song. So I first actually did You Saved Me way back in 2015. It was, I think, the year after I did Dreamstar. Back then, it was called Zimbabwe Has Talent. And I had gotten so many exciting opportunities to perform. I think February of that year, I had gotten to work with Leonard Mapfumo on the song that we actually performed at Rufaro Stadium. It was like a halftime performance. Um, and the match was between Dynamis and Caps United. I remember that so vividly. So I had performed most of my songs, my original songs at Zimbabwe Has Talent. And I was now kind of like, looking for new material. I wanted to write some new songs to work. Yeah, so I wanted to work on new stuff. Through the grapevine, I heard about this producer called Technique, and I decided to go to him to work on something. And he gave me the first version of You Saved Me. And I absolutely fell in love with this beat. I felt like it was the sound that I wanted to do, the TaffyRue music, TaffyRue sound, so to speak. And so I was really excited about writing something new on there. I had watched some YouTube videos on how to write a hit song. And so I decided to actually use some of the tips that I had gotten from this video to write this new song. So it was one of the first songs that I wrote differently, and I was really excited to be trying this new technique and see what it would do for my music. So it's so far back for me to remember every single detail in terms of what inspired the lyrics behind the song. But I think when I was writing it, I was trying to tap into my high school experiences. Trying to balance being someone who was a Christian who has certain values and trying to be someone who could fit into society, fit in to the mold that was there in high school. I remember constantly battling in my mind, having this battle where I was trying to encourage myself to stick to my beliefs, to stick to my Christian values, even though there was so much pressure to try and fit in. Peer pressure in high school was so real. And I can't imagine what peer pressure is like even today with the new addition of the social media platforms and having to fit in not just in high school, but also having to fit in on social media, trying to make it look like you have it all together, when in actual fact, that's not the truth on the ground. But I think these days it's so much harder to be a Christian and to want to fit in with all these pressures. So I think the song is very applicable to even the generation now, even not even peer pressure in terms of teenagehood, but also even as adults. Because yes, we've left high school, but we still have the pressures that we face on social media, seeing our peers being successful, and trying to fit in and trying to be at the same level as the people we went to school with. So I remember going to record this song back then in 2015, and I was so excited about it. And I remember playing it for my high school friends and asking them, what do you think about this song? and they gave me their feedback, and they just confirmed some of the doubts that I had in my mind about the song. So I wanted to make adjustments to it, and once that whole process started, we just never got to finish the song. A lot of things then happened. I lost my voice afterwards. And so, if you listen, or if you get to listen to the original song, you'll find that the key was much, much higher. And the key that I did the song in, finally, or eventually rather, was much, much lower because of, just going through the whole process of losing my voice after pregnancy and so forth. Back then it was a little bit frustrating because I was like, I really wanted to release the song, but I think God had different plans. And looking back on it now, I think the time that I've released it is still a great time, especially with the peer pressure that everybody is facing because of social media. So fast forward to 2023, and I'm thinking about my next release. I just finished Nothing Sita and releasing that, and I was now thinking about the next project. And God brought to mind this song, You Saved Me. And I started, going back, looking at the lyrics and listening to the original demo. And, as much as it was applicable back then and back in high school, I found that it was so much more applicable to me now, even with my new experiences, life experiences. Obviously, I was surprised that that same message was applying to my circumstance and my situation now, even after such a long time. Obviously, it was applying in a different way, like the message was hitting differently because of the new experiences, but it was just as much, just as helpful as it was back then, right now. So, in my conversations with God about the song, He started to reveal to me the areas that I was struggling with now. He pointed out or brought out the issues in me of self-reliance or self-sufficiency, issues of pride that I was dealing with now. Even after being a Christian for so long, there were still parts of my life, I think, that I hadn't let Jesus into. And so He really was continuing to knock at every door of my heart, and waiting for me to allow Him in so that He could do what only He does best. So eventually I managed to finish the song with the help of rare beats. And like I mentioned, I had to change the key of the song. Till this day, I still can't believe how high I used to be able to sing. It's almost as if they're two different people who sang the song. But I still love it in the key that I'm singing in now. My instrument has definitely changed, but I think it has matured in a way that I couldn't have imagined it maturing over the years. When we finally finished the song and it was time to release it, I remember I was feeling a little bit nervous about releasing the song. Obviously, for a number of reasons. One of those reasons being the song being a different sound. I don't think there are a lot of gospel artists in Zimbabwe particularly doing this kind of song when it comes to gospel music, and I was unsure of how people would receive the song because I think it is different from the stuff I've done in the past. So I was really nervous about it. But after the song was released and people were giving me feedback on the song, they really, really appreciated the message, which was first and foremost something that I really wanted them to get. But they also appreciated the sound, especially the young people who were like, oh, you know, I really love the sound, which was something I was really excited about, because when I did start this whole TaffyRue journey, my hope was to be relevant to young people. So I'm always so grateful to be able to share um, this music with the people who love listening to it. And I'm so grateful to God that I got to do this song, to release this song. I think there's so many times within the 8 or so years that I had done this song that I really felt like I wanted to release the song, but I wasn't in the position to. So I'm so glad, I'm so grateful to God for the opportunity to share this song with you. And I also want to thank God for the people who worked with me behind the scenes. I thank God for the producers, Technique, Rayo Beats, for the work that they put in to the song and making it what it is. And I want to say a huge thank you to my husband, Masimba, who really pushed me to work on, you know, recording the song first and foremost, recording the song again, but also just working tirelessly to bring to life the vision for the music video. And I also want to thank Unique Bed and Breakfast for allowing us to spend the whole day, more than a day, 2 days, 3 days, working on the video in their space. So I'm so grateful to God for everyone who enabled me to be able to do this song. You saved me, and I hope that you enjoy the song.